now listening to CHRISPIRACY.
Chris X Matt. Question everything.
Break the matrix.
We are the ones they fear.
If we don't make the change, it's never going to change.
CHRISPIRACY.
Yo, what's good, world? Man, it feels good to be back on a mic. I've been taking a little break. I had to load up on episodes, so I haven't been recorded, and now I'm back recording. Welcome back to another episode of CHRISPIRACY. I am your host, Chris X Matt, the one and only. There's many Chris's out there, but there's only one Chris X Matt, and that is me. That is I. Welcome back to the only podcast where we continue to break the matrix. Shout out to everyone that's still tapped in. Shout out to all the new listeners every day. I see you guys. The plays definitely reflect you guys listening. Followers. Followers, it's funny because I was telling this the other day. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck about the followers. As long as the listens are growing, I could care less about the followers. Obviously, we all want followers because followers are a form of currency in today's age. And if you have followers, you have a market. If you have a market, you're able to sell whatever. Well, not whatever, but you're able to sell to this demographic or to your demographic. And to me, that is the breaking the matrix at the ultimate level. One of the highest levels of breaking the matrix, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna try this again because I previously recorded this episode. Some behind the scenes stuff happened, so I had to hit up someone that well, you guys are, I would say you guys are familiar with, but CHRISPIRACY people ain't really familiar with him. If you're from the Overly Blunt days, if you're from the Overly Blunt pod, you're definitely familiar with my guest. Today I brought in my boy Day Uno. How you doing, boy?
Pretty good, man. What's up, man? Good to be here.
Man, it's been a minute since we recorded and we chopped. Well, not since we chopped it up, but since we recorded. And this is something different, bro. It ain't OB. OB we were low key in the conspiracy bag, but it's not. It's funny. Like towards the end, it started becoming more conspiracy based, huh? But then like this one was just a whole, not a big leap, but it was a leap in a different direction.
Yeah, it was huge, but it's working, man, and I'm super tapped in. I've been catching every episode, dog. The last few have been. Whew.
It's like what tinfoil?
Yeah, I still tap into that shit, but dog, I don't know. It's coming from a different angle with conspiracy, for real.
Yeah,
the guests have been dope, dude. Really, really dope. I like the versatility and just I get something new every week. That's what's tight.
Yeah. And I appreciate that because that's what I really aim for. I try to give people a different episode because I kind of was doing that with OB, Like what other pod had a barber one day, and then a bottle service girl the next day, and then a freaking vegan person the next day, and a vegan chef the next day, So I like that diversity, so I try to keep that same method and on the conspiracy. But I'm probably gonna edit that out because whoever hearing this definitely gonna take that idea and run with it.
I know, right? Well, they can imitate, but it's not the same.
They can try to imitate, but no one's me, bro. But I've been seeing a lot of people that just follow to follow. I never mind. I'm not even gonna go into it. Let me not get into it.
Yeah.
But what's good, dog? You started a new business, huh?
Yes, sir. Ski. We started our new business at Mighty Souls.
Souls.
Actually, at _ Mighty Souls. Let me correct myself. Man, we're a Mexican, vegan, plant-based, kitchen right here at Riverside, California. So
damn, hold on. Let's stop right there quick before we get into what we're really going to talk about this episode, because you are one of my few homies that doesn't partake in animal flesh or animal pus, dairy. You are someone that because there's not too many dudes out here that be on that way, bro.
Yeah, man. It was kind of tough in the beginning, but after it's been like 2 years, 3 almost, and
it should have been shit gets way easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We incorporate into our business, so it all wrapped around. It was something that we just loved doing because we had to adjust.
Yeah.
When you switch, you have to adjust.
And
that shit's hard because you can't find spots to eat. You can't just go to the regular store. You got to go to certain stores, and it's more expensive and. That shit's hard. So,
but it's only expensive if you're still trying to eat luxury plant-based.
Yeah.
Because you don't really need the cheeses. You don't really need the meats like that. You don't really, because you can still go to a regular grocery store and get you a bunch of produce. Like calabacitas, tomatoes, some mushrooms. Some all that shit. But
it was tough, dog.
No, it's tough. It's tough, but I think it's, bro. When I had vegan conchas, I realized I can have everything vegan. Like it don't matter. Why keep pursuing this way when you can start eating this way?
Yeah.
Now it gets tricky when you start just saying vegan and stuff, because people get it misconstrued like you just healthy when you vegan. And it's like, nah, bro. There's levels of veganism as well too. Like I consider plant-based way different than vegan.
Yeah.
Because vegan, you can have a lot of the mock meats, which to me, if you're gonna stop eating flesh to go just eating Beyond Meats and Impossible Burgers and soy, just keep eating the fucking meat. You know, like that's the way I look at it. But I like how you guys also, like, you know, you guys incorporated Mexican food. Like I love, you know, we love Mexican food. So if you can have a vegan quesadilla, if you can have just a vegan mulita, like bro, say less.
Yep, exactly. So that's exactly what we're doing. And you know, we'll have more stuff coming too as the seasons change, because obviously the menu's gonna change, the weather changes and everything helps like that. So we're just finding our way, but you know, the ball is rolling already at least, so we just got to see how it goes. Keep pushing it, honestly.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to everybody that's been going and actually been supporting us, because honestly, you guys are the ones that have been pulling up, and we've been getting good reviews, good reactions, funny reactions, and it's been a good thing. Shout out Patra Mamas, because she let us attend her Bloom Day on May 29th, which was super dope. Met a lot of cool people, connected with a lot of, you know, dope individuals out there. So it was good to be part of that community and, you know, being able to share and contribute. Because honestly, that's what it's all about. Because from that conspiracy, going back to our conspiracy talk, or speaking about it, like, you get so deep into rabbit holes, you get so deep into, you know, this and that you kind of start losing yourself, and, you know, you kind of have to find a way to make that change that you want to see, because that shit be getting depressing sometimes, and you be getting angry at how things be running, and it's just like, what the fuck can you do? Mad at the world, mad at the government, mad at this. So it's like, just got to do it on your own. And you know what's, that's what I've been trying to figure out.
But you know what's funny, that bro, before I used to be that person where I was under the belief that the reason shit's the way it is because we don't give a fuck, because we're not mad, right? Because we're not upset, we're not causing we're not creating any type of voice, you know,
resistance. Yeah,
right, exactly. So then to now, where it's just like, I don't know, like, because I used to be that person, but now I'm like how I'm on your boat too, where I'm not gonna be depressed all the time, mad all the time, because I see that more people, there's more people that don't care than that do. Or I don't even, like, it's so weird to put it, bro. I don't even know how to word it together, because I was that person where it's like, man, y'all want shit to get better, y'all want things to start becoming, you know, good in this world, then you gotta start paying attention to politics. You gotta start paying attention to who running this shit and who the players are in this game. And now I'm just like, bro, don't even talk to me about politics, because this shit's all fake. It's all a scam. Yeah. I'm good off this shit.
Yeah, completely, 100%, man. That 2020 showed me a lot, man, big time. Whoever you were, it drew you in, regardless.
Yeah,
and
no.
Honestly, if that shit consumed you, then you got to be able to try to figure it out. But luckily, you know, shit got clear, and you're just like, man, it's just a game. It's gonna be repetitive every fucking 4 years,
right?
So might as well just go out and do your thing, because those fools are doing their thing. They're fucking shit up. So go get your bag, go do whatever you got to do, go live life. Go get your spirit game popping, whatever you got to do. Mm-hmm. Whatever's your calling. You know what I'm saying?
Learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
I learned how to play the game.
Play your position, too.
Yeah.
Recognize what you're good at. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Because like, even like, there's a bunch of shit that's happening in the world. I don't even keep up, bro. So I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, really, you know, like when the whole Israel and Palestine shit was happening, I was hearing about it, but Am I the way I look at it, bro, is like, I know it's fake, so why do I have to keep being reminded that it's fake? You're gonna tell me 10 different ways how something's fake, and I just have to hear it one time, you know, maybe 2 times, and then I can be like, oh yeah, this is kind of fishy, I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah. But it's all like, you know, it's all loosh harvesting too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just very selective of who I give my loosh to now, and what I give my loosh to, because shit's sick out here, bro. Well, honestly, it's not. I hate saying shit like that now, bro. Like, it's crazy out here, because it's only crazy on your phones.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I was literally telling my brother that, like, literally, only when you hop on Twitter is when shit's crazy.
Twitter, IG, Facebook,
yeah, all that shit. I'm just like, my goodness. As long as but if you're on that shit, you know, hustling, doing your thing, then go do that. But
Yeah.
if you're consuming just content that's just not good for you, that shit overloads your brain, man. You're fucking hardwired. So
It's never ending.
yeah.
It's never ending. But nah. So yeah, shout out to Mari Souls. That's Mar. I'm gonna have all that. I'll have it in the description. But yeah, I thought it was dope because it's your daughter's name, and then it's sun, the beach in the sun, or the sea in the sun. That's fire.
Yeah, a little play on words though. It was cool. Speaking of play on words, let's get into the wordplay genius.
Let's get into our really here, man. This is episode 47 of CHRISPIRACY. I'm big on numbers. I like numbers. Old me had no idea what a 47 was. Old me didn't know anything about no number. I thought numbers were just numbers, But the number 47 is it's a special number. It equals 11. 4 plus 7 is 11. It's a master number. 4 in numerology is law and order, and 7 is like intuition, spiritual, loner too. Kind of just more to yourself. And it's interesting because capital Teez made this number popular in the hip hop community at an early stage. This was probably 10 years ago? 11 years ago, huh?
Like 2010, 2011, probably. That's when we heard of him.
2012.
That's when I probably heard of him. 2010, 2011, something like that.
1999 came out in 2011.
I think so, yeah.
So it came out after that, so yeah. Or 2012. But if you guys are not familiar with Capital Teez is a member of the Pro Era group, a rap camp and everything. He died when he was 19. He dropped one mixtape and it was called Amerikkkan Korruption. And it had the swastika in the middle, and obviously the swastika he flipped it into a 4 and a 7. The fourth chakra would be your heart chakra, and then the seventh chakra would be your crown chakra. And Teez believed that 47 was the perfect balance between the heart and the mind. Now where I'm at now with it, bro, and where I know about numerology and all this shit, and I'm more spiritual with it. I go back and listen to his interviews and listen to the albums, and I'm like, yo, it wasn't hitting. It don't hit like it do now.
I know now it's just like, wow. Like before I was getting the little punchlines, everything like that, but now, like how you said, the astrology talk, the type talk, the talk of telekinesis on his shit, like bro gets really, really deep, and that was just way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time.
It was scary for hip hop. Especially being 19.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a following already. Early.
Yeah, he was making a lot of noise, man. He, like I said, he was doing a lot of features. He was doing a lot of songs here and there. But when he dropped the album, which he dropped on 4/7, it changed the game. It was dope too because he hopped on old Doom beats. He got even Joey Badass produced a few songs on there. So the album is just something that grows now, a lot different. And it's crazy to see because he, even through that time, he evolved a lot through his sound, because shortly after he did the Reloaded, which he added like the 5 tracks at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But if you listen to that backside, that back end of it, it's like a more darker side. It's a more darker feel to the album, and it feels more like he was really going through a lot of things. He was tapped in.
He was tapped in for sure.
He was tapped in big time. He was tapped in. So,
but at the time, bro, like to because like I said earlier, the punchlines is cool and everything. The music sounds dope, but it's not resonating. But so then when you go back and you listen, you start picking up all the little things he's saying. It's like, oh shit! Like even the line itself where he goes, now let me introduce you to the elements, you. And then the next something about is gold.
Yeah, I know you shining, but I got that gold membership. But it's just like,
yeah. And then if I didn't know knowing AU is gold in the periodic table, so it's just like, oh, okay.
I didn't catch that, and then later you're just like, oh, my goodness.
He had that song called 47 Elements.
Yeah,
47 that was 47 Elements.
Yeah. Yeah, another great line. Like I said, wordplay genius. One of my favorites is when he says, "I was born to deliver like umbilical cords." Like it was just, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Even his one, what was his love song? The 1, 2, 3 or
135.
135.
Yeah.
135, which would be 9, which is completion.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just that shit that I would never pick up on that shit back then. But to be 19 years old, bro, and to kind of have this way of looking at life in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He even knew that they weren't gonna ask him questions about this shit. They knew that they were gonna try to like kind of make it seem like he's suicidal, depressed,
like crazy, kind of. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
and I don't know, bro. Like even the way he died, it was. How do you die on a gematria day that I mean on a 47 gematria day, kind of, you know?
But the tweet too, the end, yeah, like right before too. What's crazy is, like I said, it was off a radio tower, and we see that same.
No, that was a Lori.
No, they said it was him.
Oh, him too?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
it was him too. It was off a either like a studio or a recording building, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, or a label. But just that alone is kind of just like clutched Bible in his hand. It's kind of.
Oh, they said that too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's what I read early when it really happened, when it was those days. Because I was there when I seen the team go through it, and everyone kind of be shook about it. But like I said, it was almost like a ritual. It was real ritualistic. That's the word.
Yeah, cause I mean, I don't even want to get into like the whole, you know, sacrificial.
Which I don't want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that bag, really, technically. But shit like that is what makes me be a conspiracy theorist, bro. That's the type of shit that it's like. Why can't they live? Why can't they let people that talk a certain type of talk live?
Mm-hmm.
It's like why the artists that are trying to you know break this matrix and you know and give people gems to beat this video game and you know apply to the video game, they always end up getting got and offed. And everyone, not just Steez, everyone down to Left Eye when she starts fucking with Sebi and she starts going into her spiritual bag, offer to
Pimp C when he started talking about like the gay industry and how the homo rappers were doing all this and ready to call him out. And, the way that he went out, how they found him. That's some scary stuff, man.
With the Bible too, no? Or praying or something like that?
Praying like on his hotel bed. Like, come on, man. That's scary stuff, dog.
That's why I'll be like, this is too. I don't believe in coincidences. So it's like, how does this? Especially when you die on an 11 day on a 47 gematria day. That to me is like how like that like. And then Lori Joe died the same on an 11 day as well. She jumped off a tower as well. If you guys don't know who Lori Joy is, she's what was he, like Absol's girl?
I guess you could say it. Well, in the song Book of Soul, he kind of says that they were like their girl, they were dating, they had a thing, obviously.
Right. And you know, some claim that was a TDE sacrifice, and you can claim a lot of shit, bro, but you know, I don't know, man. And then we have Soul come out and do a song called 47 Bars, and you start off saying, you know, this verse is Ghost written by Capital Steez, and then I'm like, I'm high off Lorianne's Angel Wings. And to me, like, you know, knowing what I know about like about the dark arts and shit like that now, like you have to voice it publicly. Like you have to embrace the death in order for it to be like a ritual.
Yeah. Cause
at the same time, bro, like okay. Say well, I'm not even gonna say that, but say someone close to you passes whatever, right? But you wouldn't hop on IG the next day and put a picture of them, right? And just be like, or would you?
Not me personally, no.
Right.
Yeah, personally, no.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad example because we're like regular people too, so we don't really gain anything out of that, you know. But I feel like when artists do that shit, it's like, bro, you don't have to. I don't know. It's iffy, bro.
yeah. It gets super sensitive, especially talking about all that. But like I said, it always seems to be like the people that voice their opinion that have a certain say or that just rebel against it or just simply, you know, just speak on the system itself in a different way or the way they don't want you to speak about it. And they sometimes, you know, pass away. Same thing with Amy Winehouse, Part 27 Club. Same thing. I was seeing a lot of interviews from her speaking about, you know, people have money, they can off people that don't want to do certain things, and you know, she said she wasn't scared to be who she was. And you know, a lot of these artists say the same thing, you know, back to Steez, back to Left Eye, back to all of them.
That's why it's just like I peep all that game, bro. And this certain industry. I wanted to be part of a music industry at one point, dog. And we started seeing all this shit unfold, and we started really seeing the patterns. And I'm a big person. I'm big on patterns. You know, patterns is something that you can't make up. Patterns aren't conspiracies. Patterns are a real thing. It's a real life. You know, it's a constant thing that's happening. So if it's a constant thing that's happening, I pay attention and I start asking questions, because then you can kind of start predicting a little way and a little bit, right? And then we have this pattern now where we see that whenever an artist is really about to, you know, like about to hit their peak or about to transcend to the next level, they always get involved in either a scandal or some type of death is involved near them, right? Yep. And that's why I'll be like, yo, it's the embarrassment ritual. Is this? It's like these artists can really not drop anything just clean. But do you think that's someone doing, like, do you think it's someone that's trying to like pulling those strings, or do you think that's just how energy works? Like when something good happens to you, that the duality, the polarity is going to cancel something else out?
I think both. And I think if you know how to control it, know how to use it, there's people obviously that can do it for a good thing, and there's obviously people that can fucking manipulate it. So if there's people in higher positions that are like that, then that's, you know, of course they're doing that shit. But you know, there's artists out there that don't have to do that shit, that are successful, that, you know, do their own thing and have their own following. And that's another reason to be like, damn, you see, there's people that actually do it the natural way, get their following, earn their money, whatever they got to do. And they're good. But usually the other side, which is the rich side, is the one that has all the problems. Like you said, the scandals, the deaths, and then the big checks come and all that other stuff's popping, you know? They're the ones pushing the narrative on all that stuff.
And then Steez has a few interviews out, and in one of the interviews he does say that I think they ask him about chakras and stuff like that, and he starts breaking it down, and he starts saying basically that what he's speaking about, like, the industry would never allow it, but that he didn't care, you know, because this is the message that he wanted to push and everything like that. And then you get killed. So it's like, do you think that we gotta? I mean, because what if that was his purpose, right? To come, because he did probably spark a lot of minds, right? He probably
he claimed he was indigo child, which isn't that what they mean? Like someone that's like, I guess, gifted with, I guess, a message or like some type of power to help the humanity. So could be, you know, could be.
So and to be honest too, like once you pass, bro, your work has more of an impact. Do you think Amerikkkan Korruption would hit as much as it did if he was still alive?
Right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think right now a lot more.
No, coming out when it came out, right? So say it came out when he dropped it, but say he was still alive and he was able to keep dropping shit. Do you think he would have compromised and started rapping about the turn up shit and all that, or you think he would have kept on that path and probably just been more? Because it was too late for him to be underground. Pro Era was already blowing up. It was too late for them to be. It was too late for him to be underground.
Well, yeah.
Especially when you have the backing of Steez and you have the other people that are fucking with you, the Yams and all the big people, Rockies, the ASAPs, the T, they're all fucking with you already. So they're bringing eyes to you. Mm-hmm. Everyone's becoming a Steez fan.
And they only had one tape. They dropped Peep, which was honestly a game changer at the time because no one was doing that type of stuff, and especially it was a whole group of just young kids all spitting, and they all had bars. You know, personally, my favorite was obviously Steez and then Joey, but like CJ had bars. Kirk had a little bit of bars. Chuck was cool, and then Nick Caution would get down.
Nah, he was corny to me.
He was sometimes cool. But
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez was comedy. Also, he was comedy.
But look, what happened to them people? Have you seen an interview of them recently?
None. Nothing.
The Mexican fool that used to kick it with him too. It was a Mexican dude that kicked it with them. It was Dirty Sanchez and someone else. And I saw an interview of them recently talking about Steez and giving props to Steez, but they're not with Pro Era no more. They don't kick it with Pro Era like that no more.
But is Pro Era even a thing anymore? Because I see Chuck Stranger's like not with really much them either. He hangs out with Ka and Animas. I always see him posted with them in their videos, hanging out and stuff like that. So,
That's true.
so I don't know if they're
Joey wanted the fame,
Joey got the visiting, rolling with Diddy and rolling with Jay.
but
He's at those
yes,
brunches.
Yes, but Joey hasn't had a. Joey's biggest hit was the Devastated joint, and the Devastation. Dog, Joey has not had. If Joey sacrificed this fool, bro, they ripped you off. You have not gotten shit. He has not gotten shit since he's been popped since that sacrifice, bro.
Yeah.
Dog,
Well, he has his following, but yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, he has his following,
it didn't
but
hit big like that.
he's like Dave East, where he's a thing in New York, kind of. But
oh, you're right.
who really
that's a good
fucking with Joey
comparison.
Badass? He's not really in conversations.
No.
So when I think about that, I was like, damn, bro, like you didn't really get shit out of this thing.
Yeah, and he don't really be dropping anything no more since that. He dropped All American, and then what was that? Badass was before.
Badass had a couple solid songs. I like the one with Chronics.
Yeah, see, I like more of the mixtapes. I like 1999.
Oh, of course.
And then
Summer Nights
was cool. And which you can't get I can't find the full version anywhere.
9-5 till infinity.
Yeah, that was one of my.
No, 9 Trey or 9-5.
9-5.
No, Ice Cold Bishop was 9 Trey. You never heard of his 9 Trey freestyle?
No.
You don't think he has it on SoundCloud no more.
That boy crazy though.
Yo, if y'all listening to this right now and you don't know who the Joeys are, I mean, I'm sorry, you guys are not familiar with this shit, but this is like really some hip hop spiritual talk. But why do you think he claimed 47 so much? Why do you think he was infatuated by that number?
Well, like he said, so he started studying, probably started understanding what those chakras really meant. I didn't know anything about chakras until him, literally. And I still kind of didn't like really tap in until when he died. And then I was like, oh shit, what the hell is he really talking about? But I don't know, man. Since that guy was young, dude, I became a super Steve's fan. I went back to all his videos. So he came out on 2011, 2012 and stuff like that. But he would have old like YouTube videos of him being like a young kid, like literally like 13 years old in the playground, and you just freestyling with like some other kids, or they would be like acting a certain way, like doing role play. And it showed me the crazy side of Steve's. Like it showed me that he was just different. He was just a different character, and that fool just had crazy charisma, and he was just naturally talented at rapping and shit like that. So it goes back to like how you said those beings that come down. Maybe those indigo channels that do come through and post up, and his journey was crazy because, like I said, the back end of that album that came out at the end of the Reloaded is what kind of makes me think like, damn, maybe, like I said, maybe he wasn't no sacrifice. Maybe he was going through some type of shit like that. Because it got really dark, and then you see him sometimes with the American flag and the one eye. That was suspicious. And he had the rocking the Baphomet. There's crazy pictures of
but I think he was doing that on purpose,
kind of mocking it.
Yeah.
Because free the robots.
Because you bring awareness to it. Yeah. Because you go, free the robots.
Yeah.
Free the robots. To this day, bro, I think it hits more now than it did back then.
Yep.
Because the media has always been fucked up, but now you're at the point where everyone knows something's up with the media. And that video, he sits down like, dear diary, and it was exactly what the song's called, free the robots, like free the sheep, free the people out here that are not questioning shit. And he's basically just putting clips of war, of violence, all the propaganda. All the propaganda that's everyone consumed by, smoking, eating, all the food right there, the bongs, the pizza, falling asleep, drinking. And then,
but then at the end, he wraps it up where he finally comes out. He's getting the fresh air. He's like under the bridge by the river, breaking free out of the matrix.
Yeah.
And that's all that shit. And then simple, dude. But to the point, and it was just so crazy because that was his best video by far.
Easily. Easy. Yeah, bro. And I think he had just going back to the chakras on the 47. I do believe that. I think he just struggled a lot between the mind was telling him to maybe the mind was probably telling him bro, this is not the way that is gonna go. I mean, this path that you're taking is not gonna be the easiest path, but the heart was telling him this is what you're here to do. This is what you really want to talk about, and you have to voice, and you have to find that balance, which will be the 47, right? That balance in this universe. And then if you add the 4 and the 7, obviously you get 11. And 11 is a master number, numerology, emotion, visionary, all a lot of the elite do a lot of shit on 11 days. Usually every time it's an 11 day, something crazy happens, or they're trying to take your loose some type of way on those days. And I just thought it was so genius how he flipped the swastika sign, because I didn't know the swastika was the peace sign in Hinduism. Before I started, I didn't know it was that until I started listening to Tinfoil Hat, and so certain guests were talking about that on Tripley's show, and I'm like, damn, no wonder that makes sense why Steez would do that. And then when I go and listen to all the interviews, and that one specific interview where Joey was, they were interviewing Joey, and they were in the back, and then he started saying like they asked him like why the swastika, and he was just like, oh, like, I wanted to play on words, swastika, a sticker or something like that, he said. Yeah,
like a swastika, like a sticker. But he made it like it was crazy, because that's how I knew it wasn't the Nazi sign either, because he was like, it's a sign of peace. Because I saw that interview when it came out, and I was just like, whoa, what the hell? Like little gems he would drop like that for you to figure it out. Yeah. And then once you got it, that shit clicks. So now, like how you said, when you go back to the album, now everything starts to make perfect sense with that shit.
What's your favorite track on the album?
Damn, dog. Personally, my favorite, and it's not a favorite from a lot of people, but I personally like Dead on Arrival. Mm-hmm. Dead on Arrival is one of my favorites. Vibrating is one of my favorites.
Vibrating is hard. Yeah. Vibrating is hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Even just that itself, the way he titled it, Vibe and then Ratings.
And then, like I said, the backside was kind of my favorite. The Evil Love. He mirrored the evil and the love, so it's spelled that way. Mm-hmm. And then Black Petunia was one of the deepest ones to me, and that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, Knowledge did that one?
Black Petunia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones, because it was Knowledge that did it. He did the beat, and just the bars on that.
Wait, it was an original beat, or he found it like on YouTube and just spit on it? Or was it an old Knowledge beat?
I'm not sure. I think he produced it for him. Yeah.
I like Apex.
Yeah, Apex, he closes it out.
Apex is hard as fuck. Apex is hard as fuck.
Even the intro though, he uses the all caps. The metaphors on that thing. I'll leave your melon leaking like breastfeeding. Come on, like just you remember triple. It's like entendre on top of entendre. You remember in one line?
You remember the bars to a lot of these or not?
Kind of. If I listen to kind of the tracks, yeah, I kind of can remember. It's been a while since I used to listen to it, but yeah.
Shit. If I had my shit plugged in, I would play this shit for y'all.
One of his favorite. He said he's like one of the favorite songs. I think the one with CJ. Like he ends it with, "I can't stand on the top of the world and let the rest collapse. I need help trying to bring it back." You know what I'm saying? And just shit like that. Which is just know that I was just like, that's why he's the best, man. Because him, and then obviously like you can compare that shit to like Jay Elec, where he kind of gets to that level. Speaking on a way to wake your mind up, kind of figure shit out, break that matrix. But Steez was just, like I said, 19 years old, killing it from early game. Even the tracks that Survival Tactics. Oof. That was the first time I heard him because the Joey dropped first.
Oof. What do you say?
He stole the whole thing.
Don't want wars. It's just Joey, huh?
He stole the whole show, man. When the beat drops and wiping out motherboards, start spinning flags, my motherfucking London scourge, like King Arthur when he swung a sword.
Oh, King Arthur, I ain't even with a pen about a month before.
Like crazy bars. Now I'm way over heads. Like he says it himself.
But Joey wanted the fame and the fortunes. Steez just wanted to spread the message. And when you hear Joey talk about him, he always says that was the only person that he ever looked up to and followed. But especially that one therapy episode, though, I read between the lines, but I hear shit different than how people hear shit. I kind of put two and two together. I read between the lines and shit. And when he was saying, I lost my train of thought.
On the therapy episode, when Joey was talking about the therapy episode,
when he started saying that he started ascending past him, and he started being, basically what I took it was like, bro, he was just on a way, he was taking off in the spiritual journey, and you were with it at first, but you saw that was not gonna get you the bag. He was fucking with Johnny Snipes. That is a Jewish person, These you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out out here. Cinematic group or whatever, and he probably was like, yo, you got to get homeboy out the way if you want this.
Yo.
because it wasn't even his group. Pro Era wasn't even his.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't even know that until recently when I was like, oh, Steez formed the whole group.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve's the one that was putting it together. He was the one that was leading it, basically. That's the one who they all looked up to. But like I said, Joey was getting the sign because he was talented. He was dropping bars just as good too. But it wasn't deep like that. It was just more of that little ignorant shit.
But why do you think they gravitated more to Joey though?
Because he was down that ignorant tip more. The bars were still clever.
At that time, he wasn't though.
A little bit on some of the songs. So, but I don't know. He had. I guess they saw that they can market him better. Maybe he saw that they can mold him, shape him.
He was with more following orders than Steez was. I feel like.
Yeah, I think they were like we can maybe work with this guy, and they were like Steez, we're not gonna be able to tame that.
Remember this bar? Soul searching till my flows are perfect. I ain't trying to be a slave to grow old from working. Yeah. Sorry, badass. You're lucky that I peeped a second. Tell them niggas get a stepping with the beat selection. Check the melodies. It's so heavenly. That shit'll get your hips to move with no 70s.
That's just crazy.
Damn, like Illuminati was probably one of the illest shits to me.
Yeah.
And they honestly, bro, them two would have been a problem.
They should have dropped the tape together.
That would have
been a crazy thing.
That would have been a problem, bro. 47 interlude, Kings with Joey and him.
I'm talking shit, dude, when they hop on the So Ghetto beat by Jay-Z and they start the 22s.
Yeah.
Too many, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, too many West Coast. I don't want to say it.
We don't want to use the N-word.
yeah, we don't want to use it. Sorry.
Respectfully, we don't.
Yeah, we're trying to censor, so respect.
Bro, when I be spitting like bars now and has the N-word, I bleep myself out when I say it.
Same dog, same. I really do. I still listen to it, but I'm just like, yeah, I can't be reciting word by word this no more. Because back then it used to go hard, and I was like, nope. Because I see it, dog. I see it in the young age, like a lot of, like, especially the Hispanic community. I just don't.
Bro, it hurts me.
It hurts. Yeah, man. It's cringy. It's so cringe, dog. And it's like, damn, man. Like, what are we doing? But y'all do your thing.
And sometimes I get it because they do grow up around certain areas. They grew up with more of those people, and just because one of them allows you to say it, I still don't feel like it's right for you to say it everywhere. But there is some Mexicans that just you
wouldn't say it in their elderly households. So I wouldn't say it. Simple as that. So it's just respect for that shit. But like I said, do your thing. Yeah, but back to the Steez though. But back to King Capital, man. It's crazy how you say too, like how Joey wanted the fame though, because what came after Steez Day, which was fucking huge success for those years, which would drop on 4/7 too. Yeah, we had it on 4/7, and I don't know, man. His story is something to obviously keep alive. So it's dope that we're having this episode because I don't feel like there's enough interviews or enough talk about him.
About Steez, yeah. And if you are a spiritual person, if you're into the occult and all that stuff, I always say that I want to start finding artists and rappers that speak the shit that I'm into now, but just like in a hip hop dope way, because it gets corny too when you start talking about it in a certain way. Like I still want to see the wittiness in it and in the wordplay, and that's what Steez was doing. So when I Steez was someone I used to listen to before. So now knowing what I know, it's crazy to go back because it does resonate more. But then also finding other artists that were once like in a spiritual bag now. So now when I listen to music, bro, I think a lot of artists are really into spiritual shit. You have to play the game, but you have to play it smart. Like, how do I say this? Because that's the approach I'm taking with Overly Blunt Pod, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know this shit's corrupt, I know this shit's evil, but do I have to talk about it?
We give it more life that way. That's what I've been noticing. We give it more energy. We lose shit up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck that, dude. I think if enough people start doing their own thing, that shit dies down by itself. They don't get, because honestly, 2020 dog, NBA ratings dropped. Everything's dropping. Like slowly by little, things are opening back up and it's starting to go again. But it's not the same no more. People don't look at it the same no more. It was a like 2020 was full of quote unquote conspiracies and all these types of talks about, you know, stuff being rigged. Everything's a game. Everything is planned, and people are starting to realizing that it's true. And like Tripoli says, he'd be like, they'd be asking him like, is everything a conspiracy? And when you start breaking that shit down, like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Your fucking water, your air that you fucking breathe, the food that you eat, the shower, the shampoo, whatever, everything, dog. Everything affects us in a certain way that they don't want us to know.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, just like I said, be on your toes with that shit.
Right. And I tell people this. I'm at the point where until it affects my personal bubble, that's when I'm gonna worry about it. But then again, why wait till it does affect my bubble, right? That'll be the counter argument to it, is why wait till it affects my bubble when we're aware of it right now? So let's attend to that issue right now instead of waiting till it fucks up our bubble, you know. But I also believe that shit ain't gonna change in a year and 2 years for the better, you know, for the better. Yeah. And I also believe that. Like, I just honestly, bro, I personally I don't care anymore. You know, I really don't care, because even going down the Q shit, all the rabbit holes, you're always living like you're always living in the future, in this like prepared state, like be prepared for this, watch out for this, watch out for that. And it's like, bro, you forget to live in present. What about right now?
Present time. Present time. Yep.
So I can't, like, even though when it comes down to the whole the plasma apocalypse, right? Like, I in my opinion, that might happen one day, but I'm not gonna live my life preparing for a plasma apocalypse.
Steve mentions plasma apocalypse. That's crazy that you say
really?
that. I look up a song called "Emotionless Thoughts," and I think like at the end of that verse, he brings that shit up. Now speaking about that shit.
Capital Steve, emotionless thoughts.
Yeah, emotionless thoughts.
Where's this song from?
It was like I think like
the sex tape.
Yeah, a little side mixtape. I don't know if they did it together or him and I think the other guy named Jack was on there. I forgot. I don't know his full name.
Then let's see.
Oh no, they dropped Yellow Tape, something like that.
It's right here. Cautious Wet, the sex tape.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, try. Look, I think it's in the first verse. If you look in the first verse towards the end, I think it's that song.
The first verse towards the end.
Yeah, the first verse towards the end. I don't know if he mentions plasma, but I was trying to dig deep into it and I couldn't find it.
Damn, he says, I know that something changed before the money came, but you got real shady aftermath. I was past reminiscing over our past. Claim you don't remember it, but went and told your friends in the most intimate details. Now you want to censor shit, trying to fix the bits and pieces of what's left of it. No,
not it. King Stilo, my bad.
King Stilo album.
King Stilo song, and then let me see. Let me see. Look, because this whole verse is crazy. If I could just say it. It starts off, it says, it don't make no sense. Tell me how you make up a set and not make a percent. I bet a lot of people think I'm upset, but I ain't playing defense. I'm more playing the cut and duct tape in the vents. We cutting off your breathing supply. They say I got greedy mind with green in my eyes. It's fire that keeps a lot of people inspired. I can't lie, it's America. I need to survive. The Wizard of Oz trying to live my life behind the plasma. Electromagnetic space started clashing. Road to go got me caught up with the static, and we blowing out smoke like ectoplasm.
Sheesh.
I told her to make the neck romantic, move like a phantom, then we shift through Manhattan. My slime's caught an airplane, now we radioactive. We coming for New York like the Jets did to Madden. Like, and it's crazy because it caught my attention because on your last episode with Caesar Apollo, he mentions like how there's a reference of the plasma in the Wizard of Oz, but I've never seen the Wizard of Oz, and now I have to like go and see the Wizard of Oz because I kind of want to know what he's talking about. But it's crazy that Steve's referenced it, and it just happened on your episode the other day, and I just went back to the song and I found it, and I was like, fuck.
Trying to live my life behind the plasma, electromagnetic space started clashing. Jeez, road to road got me caught up with the static. It's also like in Soul. Remember in like a movie Soul when he's like when he dies and he's like going up the steps, but then he doesn't want to go yet, so he falls out of the steps. When he falls, like it's in some purple plasma until he falls all the way down.
Oh yeah, Damn.
That should be everywhere, bro. That like that. Yeah, that plasma shit really fucked me up in a different type of way.
Yeah.
But even going back to during that era when Steve's was dropping all this stuff, we had a lot of we had a control system at the time too.
Which was huge.
Which
and
was
that was
huge.
2011, 2012.
And
they
again-
were all on the same wave.
And again, control system was just a dope mixtape for me. But we really live in a control system. Like I get it now. I didn't. The album cover had the Kabbalah tree, had a Pisces logo on it,
everything,
bro.
He dropped Bohemian Grove. That's how I knew about Bohemian Grove. That's how I knew about all that. All the occult
censorship
with Sopa, and then even the songs about double standards. Bringing it all together, guys, women doing that same thing. Like I was just like, he was way ahead of the game on that one,
bro. Pineal gland.
Oh my goodness, the whole DMT,
it was all a dream.
Everything.
I swear it never happened. I wrote like Edgar Allan. I was poor like Edgar Allan. Let me roll my weed. I really need that. Missing screws, bending rules like kneecaps. I don't even know what's real. I'm just being real. Shout out to the real eyes.
Hell yeah, for real. Terrorist threats with Danny Brown talking about the government. Obama, calling out everybody. Come on, even the hook. If we could all unite, we could take over the government tonight. Like, I'm telling you, dog. Our senior year was the fucking I thought like the peak of their careers because they were dropping like their best content.
So you don't think we'll ever get something like stuff conscious like that from artists that are gonna be that big?
Yeah, maybe if they're not scared. But most people, they're not even trying to do that. Like that was just a certain people. But there are people still talking about spirituality and dope shit, which is good. Talking about, and bettering your family and your community. But I like the way these guys were doing it. Like I said, it was Steez, it was Joey, it was and you can even throw Danny Brown in there with XXX. Same thing with Danny Brown. Even Schoolboy was talking that shit early too. Little bit.
I would say Kendrick. How do you go from high power?
That's what I'm saying. Schoolboy early on, like on Kendrick shit. If you would hit him on the features, on some of those features, he was really dropping more, I guess, reality type rap.
Yeah.
Now he just does his thing.
Yeah, but Control System was just on a different.
Kendrick with one of the biggest ones. His mixtape, EP, OD, overly dedicated.
Section 80.
Section 80 was the biggest one.
Fuck Your Ethnicity. Hold Up. He did.
But
to start the album with, I don't give a fuck if you black, white, Asian, Hispanic. God damn it, that don't mean shit to me. Fuck your ethnicity. Fire burning inside my eyes. Just the music that saved my life. Y'all be calling it hip hop. I be calling it hypnotized. But that's exactly what it is. Like bro, MC. The letters M and C are in magic. These motherfuckers are magicians too.
Yep.
Like
Jay Elec, fucking the magician himself.
I was just about to bring Jay Elec up because Jay Elec was also someone that had been on his spiritual shit, bro. And I like his spiritual take because it's from a different perspective, but it's still very, very spiritual. Like to even have a song called Fruits of the Spirit, bro. Who rapping in different languages in the same verse?
I know, right? Hispanic rappers, reggaeton artists, every game down. No, but I'm telling you, they were easy. Like I said, the best doing that shit. Jay Elec.
You're right though. That was probably the best era. That 2011 to 2010 to 2008 to 2012.
Yep.
Those 4 years.
Because isn't that when Act 1 dropped too? Like around that time.
Act 1 dropped. The Voodoo Man. Chicken bone. Then he had bro, even that, the fact that he spit on a soundtrack to a movie like The Eternal Sunshine. Take the Eternal Sunshine
on a score.
I didn't rewatch that movie actually. This was with different lenses.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. For real. Yeah, I need to see that. That movie's crazy.
That movie was crazy. That movie. It was dope.
She basically who's trying to erase that fool from her dreams, and they end up falling in love, but through like their own realities, like they break their shit.
See, I gotta watch it again,
it's
bro.
So crazy.
I didn't even look at it like that. I remember when I first watched it, I was like, man, this should make me want to have a girlfriend. Like this, like, it was just so dope how like they couldn't separate from each other. But I didn't look at it from that occult perspective where they were trying to erase each other, but they still. the alternate universe or whatever.
found them.
Yeah, they still
They still
found
found
each
them,
other,
too.
bro.
That shit's
Fuck.
crazy,
That's why I love when Caesar said on the episode when he said that movies are his favorite form of programming, but he chooses how it lets him program them.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
And he
bars.
had so many movie references too, dog. I want to know what he was talking about on the one with the Shawshank Redemption. I was trying to get what he was saying.
The which one?
The Shawshank Redemption, when the guy's in jail talking about the inmates. And
I never
speaking
seen
about that, Jay Elec has a line like that. I swam down Schick's Creek and came up clean with a new lease on life, like Andy Dufresne. Andy Dufresne is the main artist and the main character in that movie. He basically gets jailed for something he didn't do, and he has to do like 30 years, dude, 30 years, and he ends up being like the accountant for the warden, being part of the whole system, but ends up slowly, literally digging out of the jail with a small little pickaxe.
What
For
the
30, 40 years. He's just picking away, and he ends up getting away and breaking out of jail. So speaking of Jay, like that, it's crazy how that line brought up right now. But
to have a line that says because they told me that the Rothschilds rule the world, so I went over to England like the black guy and got me one. Straight facts. I don't tell no lies. Like, bro, like that was the hard. It's hard, bro. Even the line that goes I try to bang with the scholars, and I bet you a Rothschild I get a bang for my dollar. The synagogue of Satan want me to hang by my collar, but all praise is due to Allah. What's up, prom? What's a holla? I don't know what the fuck he says, but bro, like, dog, I could try to bang with the scholars, and I bet you a Rothschild I get a bang for my dollar. Like, come on, dog.
nobody was talking like that.
Oh, it's so nasty, but it makes sense. It makes sense that he won't get canceled for that because it's going at the white man.
Yeah.
And right now that's allowed. So it's actually smart that
He dropped the written testimony.
Well, during this time,
Yeah.
but that's how that whole album to me, bro, was them calling out like the Muslims, like, yo, like we about to fight, like y'all get ready. Oh, to open it up with Farrakhan calling y'all pussies or sit down if you ain't ready to fight.
Yeah,
and then
basically,
to Jay-Z come and said, they gonna shoot you from the neck up. What did he say? There's something about the black gods. They gonna shoot from neck up. I forgot he comes in opening and shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
The head of the Geechee army. No, that's what I'm telling you. They're banging. They're banging. They're banging on that shit.
Yo, they're like, fuck that Crips and Blood shit. Like, we banging on a whole different level. What is y'all talking about, man? Shit, bro.
But even that album has its little gems in it too. It's all right.
No, definitely, bro. It has its gems, like the Everlasting Story, Fire.
And then the
Which is the
one with the dream.
Yeah, we gonna
Ezekiel's
see.
wheel.
Oh, Ezekiel's wheel.
Ezekiel's wheels.
What you gonna see when that sun goes down? What you gonna see? Yeah, nah, bro. I love music, bro. And when you come across new information, then you start processing it different, and you start breaking it down. You start breaking it down the way they intended you to break it down. It's like you're not just listening to it no more. Not just hearing it no more. You're like listening to this shit and dissecting this shit. And they tell you everything in the music too, bro. Mm-hmm. They tell you, and you just have to dissect it.
Yep.
They're not gonna tell you straight up like I did this, but they're gonna say it in a fancy ass bar.
And if you get the bars, the subliminals, and then you'll get it. Yeah, just Section 80, dog. Now you say that, it's basically like it feels like an occult meeting. They're out in the woods. You can hear the fire crackling. It's just like
gather around.
It's like a small gathering of people. It's just like fuck, like
yeah. Everybody put your hands up high. It's such the fucking build up.
It's dope though. And then the good kid. Oh, wait, we'll go ahead.
Yeah, good kid.
Good kid, same thing, man. They sculpted the whole story out little by little, and then it's crazy too because it brings religion into it. They ultimately give themselves to God right there when they find out that their brother dies. So it's like, damn, now I really got to go back and listen to all this again because
damn,
it gets deep, man. It gets deep,
especially when you like, yeah, you know these people are deep, like them. Because like J. Cole hasn't given like, honestly the only thing that J. Cole's only thing that really has given me like a spiritual vibe to it was KOD. KOD was the first time that was kind of like the cover art itself was kind of like weird and got to figure it out. He actually talked about taxes, bracket, talked about friends, talked about addiction, talked about like just it was more like a cult with it. And then now he just went back to rapping again. You know, it's like it's spit, which is fine. You know, it's dope too. But like he has this hard ass line on the Punching the Clock song when he goes triggering between enlightenment and insanity. And I was just like, yo, like it hit so hard because I felt him. I was like, yo, that's exactly where I'm at right now, where you want to be this woke person and spread this this thing, but you become insane because people start putting you in a box. People start thinking you're only you're a certain type of way only, and it's just like, nah, bro. There's many levels and diversities to me, and yeah, that line really just like I like when he said that, and he had this dope ass line too where he said like they snatched his chain and he died just like the start of Christianity, and I was like, ooh, that was a bar, that was a barcode.
He's studying. See, they're all studying. He's hooping too right now, huh?
Bro, if you start growing your hair, you studying.
J Hove.
Exactly. Is that a coincidence? His latest album is 444.
No.
And then when Clyde told me, like, when I asked, like, why do you think he named it that? He goes, well, 444, it's 12, and 12 is a number of completion too. And I would even reduce it down to a 3 because everything's in threes. Everything's in Trinity, right? Everything's in Trinity, so it makes sense. And then when you leave it at 12, you have 12 apostles, you have 12 astrology signs, you have 12 judges in the court system. You have there's a lot. 12 is in a lot of that number 12 is in a lot of places.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's also like a completion, like a cycle of completion. Like so, it's like this is your best type of work, and I could definitely see that from 444. Yeah. And he hasn't dropped anything like. Maybe he won't drop anything after that.
Well, he was like I said on that Jay thing, but that was whatever. He was basically on half the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was more like let me hide behind you, so my name's not put on this type of propaganda or agenda. Yeah,
because he's not. There's no features, no like none of that shit. There's no list. There's no pictures of him. Anything. But yeah, it's crazy how they use that. Because the 47 too. It's crazy how going back to Steve's. Isn't there like 47 miracles in the Bible? There's 47 sentences in the United States Constitution, I think, or something like that. So like that 47 pops up everywhere too, and I want to know more about it too, how it's deep on a level, because you can also, what is 4? Isn't like a builder type?
4 is the law and order, a builder, like structure.
There you go, and then 7 would be
like the spiritual side of things.
See,
so 4 is the earthly side of things, and the 7 is the spiritual side of things, which would be that balance. Which would
be your heart, basically, and your mind to the spirit. To the spirit world. Damn.
Yeah. See, so everything between the mind and your heart, bro. Which your throat's in there too. So your throat chakra's in that too. It's
vital, dog.
Ah, man, bro, I love that number. Let me see. I actually had some Look, in astronomy, the 47-year cycle of Mars, after 47 years, 22 synodic periods of 780 days each, Mars returns to the same position among the stars and is in the same relationship to the Earth and the Sun. The Pomona campus one, bro. That one is trippy.
The which one?
The Pomona College. The Pomona City College or Cal Poly, one of those.
What about it?
It has a lot of 47s, a lot of 47 synchronicities. Like Pomona College is located at exit 47 of the San Bernardino Freeway. There are 47 pipes in the top row of the Lehman Hall organ. At the time of Pomona's first graduating class in 1894, there were 47 students enrolled. The Bible credits Jesus with 47 miracles. The Declaration of Independence has 47 sentences. There are 47 strings on a concert harp. In the freshman class that entered Pomona College in the year 2000, there were 47 valedictorians. The tropics of Cancer and Capricorn are located 47 degrees apart.
Oh, wow. And what was he? What was Teez? What was his birthday?
He was a Leo. No, Cancer, which is a water sign, so very spiritual and intuition.
There you go.
He's born July 7th?
July 4th, no? Because 7-4, no? Or didn't he flip it?
I think
4-7?
I think it's July 7th.
Let me check. July 7th, 1993.
He's let me see what's his life path number. July 7, 1993, huh?
Yeah.
And he's a 9LP, so it was his completion. He was a 9 person, he was a 9LP.
And his death adds to 47.
Mm-hmm.
December 24th, 2012. When is it not a
What was
coincidence?
47? What was 47 Pirates about?
I'm not sure. I think it's him and
Dirty
Sanchez.
yeah.
Yeah. Him and Sanchez going out, but he even spells it with the 3 eyes, which you don't see no more. Same thing from the 2012 era with the high power. That thing
3 eyes.
No, yeah, that thing went out the window.
I is what letter of the alphabet? A B C D E F G H I is the 8th letter, so 888.
Oh wow.
When they do.
Damn.
And 8 plus 8 plus 8 is what? 8 plus 8, that's 24. Should be 6.
Still.
That's me when I try to start reaching and shit.
And you subtract it, and then you number, and then divide it by 2. And then you carry the 4.
Bro, the 1947 is when the UFO crashed at Roswell too.
Wow. Ezekiel's wheel.
Damn, he really died on the 47 day. Like, he had to have planned that shit out. Oh man, but okay, so how do you apply 47 to your life? Like, what would be your interpretation of applying it to your everyday life?
I don't even know. I don't really know too much about the 47, so I wouldn't know really what's to do with it.
Well, what's your balance in your life? Like, you know, what's that balance in your life?
What do you mean? What's the balance? What do I use kind of to balance myself?
Yeah, sure. Like, what do you do to balance out the spiritual from the physical?
Like, what do you mean? Like the spiritual overcoming the physical? Like not been able to handle it? I don't get it.
Like the way Steez applied 47, right? To where like 47 basically
represented those
like
numbers,
him trying to find that balance, and I think he couldn't. I don't think he found that balance. I think that's why if he was being depressed, I don't think he found that balance. I think the crown chakra was overpowering the heart. I think with him, you know, because he was a thinker. He was very, very just to himself, quiet and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I guess the way I would apply the concept of 47 to my life, I'm probably even just saying this, but I don't even know if I'm articulating it right. But what I basically mean is just like, to me, my 47 would be like potting, right? Or like that's where my balance is.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
This is what I like to do. This is what I contribute. But the other side of it is where
I have to be in the matrix.
Yeah.
You have to go to work. You have to pay bills. You gotta do the tax.
And I don't mind it too,
like
like walking your dogs. You know, walking. There's certain things where you're just like, I don't know, bro. I've been having like conflict, like dilemmas about the Matrix because, like, it's dope sometimes.
Yeah.
Or all the time, but sometimes it's really just like, I think we're only frustrated when we start seeing like that we're controlled and shit like that. But I think the frustration only comes too when you don't have money, when you like are like struggling. But if everything's solid, like you don't look at it like that. You kind of just living your life and shit, just going about your day.
Yeah, it's just the way how you fucking control your emotions, man. Big time. How you look at shit. Can't be getting mad and then just not doing shit, or getting sad and not doing shit. Like, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to take your time with that shit too. No one's saying, okay, you know, get back up or shake it off or don't cry. Aguántate, you know. But it's like, yo, there's got to be a time where you got to just take action. Got to do something about it. And, but yeah, same thing. I think you say that you find that balance in that 47 because the balance in potting, because potting is like therapy, dog. Like really, it really be like just therapy. And it's crazy because it's a lot of guys, and a lot of guys be opening up, finding spiritual paths, you know, getting more understanding on things. This podcast alone, you know, brought a lot of shit, you know, from the Tim James episode, knowing about your gut, which is what your second chakra would be, your second chakra, or your intuition and your like
that's your sacral chakra, I think.
Something like that. I think it's the first or the second. I think it's the second one. I think it's the second or the third. Second or third one.
They don't go in order, huh?
From bottom up, though.
Oh.
Yeah, bottom up. So first one starts, I think, like
the root, your root chakra.
So like where
the feet, and then it's the genital area.
Well, when you see the chart, it starts in the genital area. That's the first one. And there's one right under it, and then there's another one. There's like two in the gut, and then like one by the chest, and then I think it goes from there.
And
So the 7 being the last one, obviously, because that's the crown, that's the top.
right.
That's how I only know that there's a number alignment with it.
I'm asleep on this.
Yeah, but yeah, same thing. Like, so for me, probably making beats, dog, making music, and then just, like I said, now doing the thing with Marisol's, cooking and doing,
Yeah.
providing to the community something good. Simple as that. That, and then I do that for the community, trying to help out, trying to have people that do want to, make that transition, that don't necessarily want to leave, or it's tough to do all that shit. We're trying to give that option.
Yeah.
You don't have to sacrifice the taste or even the look and the feel of how it tastes. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna be feeling better. I've just in a short time, there's already been a few people telling me that they try to go back to eating like out or McDonald's or doing this, and that they just feel completely like worse than to when they come and they eat Fridays and Saturdays here at the spot. So I see that, and I'm just like, if that helps anybody,
Bro, it's
That's
2021 and
what we need
people
to do.
still willingly eat McDonald's. That shit be baffling me, bro. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to even question McDonald's, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is nasty. Like, you're not eating real food, and people do not give a fuck, bro. I was telling my mom that, I was telling her, yo, if tomorrow they came out with a vaccine that said basically you will never get any type of disease eating any type of food or whatever like that. You know how people will line up just to go fucking keep eating junk food and eating McDonald's and eating all this nasty shit?
Yep. There'll be a line out the ass. Dude.
But hold on, let me read this. This is angel number 47 receives its meaning from the individual numbers from which it is formed. The number 4 is the number of diligence, hard work, and laying solid foundations for future endeavors in your life. There is a down-to-earth quality to the number 4 that usually means that your angels are quite literally very near to you at this time. The number 7 is a highly spiritual, mystical number associated with inner wisdom and spiritual enlightenment. When the number 7 is active in your experience, it could indicate the first stirrings of higher consciousness and spiritual enlightenment in your life, which may be accompanied by the appearance of physical abilities such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, and visionary experiences. When you see angel number 47 appear in your life, it means that you should have no fear if you begin to manifest psychic abilities. Wow, because that's exactly what Teez was talking about.
Yep. He's talking about bending spoons. Telling you. He like, first he was, how did he start that line? He said,
What song is it?
Apex. It's on the last one.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Apex. He said first he was trying to, I think like something about girls, trying to figure out that out. He's like, but now I'm trying to bend spoons. And just little lines like that.
Oh, I'm trying. I know. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Let me see here. I can pull it up. Just to.
Steve's Apex.
I got inside her mental. Chicks that I've been through. It's simple. Now I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh no! Oh, there you go. There you go. He said, Bonita Applebaum trying to go to mi casa. She told me that she's not bilingual, but got 2 tongues if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
I got inside her mental. Chicks that I've been through is simple. Now I'm trying to figure out how to bend spoons. The prodigy of an alchemist. Its indigos in rotation bringing amethyst. Must be at your cranium to even try to aim at this. I can't be a Satanist. I don't know who Satan is. Dog. Defy your own limits. They thought that I would die, but I survived off spinach. Macho Man, Popeye did it, and I know you looking down, so I did it.
That's
Come
the
on,
hardest
bro.
bar right there, dog.
No, the last part, dude. The last part, how he wraps it up. The key to my lyric is my astrophysical.
Yep.
I can tap into your spirit.
Yep.
Of course, I'm talking to you, and of course, I'm targeting you. Anyway, he just looks into the camera on the subway. Dog, that shit is crazy. Like, it just hits you, dog. He's like a dead stare. Like he was beyond, dog. He was crazy. Maybe he was one of those child, dog. Maybe he wasn't depressed. He was just here for that time being to spread to be like, yo, this is the 47. Use it, apply it to y'all life, because y'all are the ones that need it. I just came here to show y'all, and I'm out.
Messenger.
Real quick.
Look at this bar right here on 47 Elements when he says, ain't shit magic or witchcraft, switch class and I barely just passed. A young grasshopper that's trying to skip paths. She trying to get bent like light when it hits glass. Bong smoke got me blazed as hell, burning weight like the 47 J's I scale. And you could tell by my amazing smell, and my eyes stay tight like I'm Asian. Well, dog, come on. Like, She trying to get bent like when light hits glass? Come on, dog. Like, bro, every other rapper would just say some corny ass bend you over type, but he's like, I'm trying to bend her over like how light hit glass.
Yeah. It's so crazy, dog. I'm telling you, it's just on a whole other side.
Oh man,
and I love that he was even witty with it too. Like he was funny. Like there was a personality behind the lyrics. It wasn't.
Yeah, he never seemed well. Cause you said towards the end of the album, it got more darker, but he never seemed even he never seemed mad at the world, huh?
And there's lines too where he even says like, I'll never like I won't sacrifice myself. Like I wouldn't go out like that. He says it on Dead Prez where he says
he wouldn't go out like what, killing himself?
Yeah, he basically suicide wasn't a thing. So,
look, hey, why is Joey the only one that's in color in this album?
Wow, that's crazy.
I never noticed that.
I never noticed that either.
Steve starts off this verse saying, "Let's escape into the universe, but let me show you how to do it first. Sit patient till you feel a tingling sensation. Don't start shaking, relax, and try to take it. It's ecstasy, but mentally, just let it be telepathy." Sheesh. It's ecstasy, but mentally, just let it be telepathy. Will guide what your eyes don't see. I start retracing steps because you're angel-esque. Could take a breath, and I ain't even got you naked yet. It all starts at the root. So let me drop my shoes when I step into your room. Come on, bro. I'm
telling you, it just so many bars inside the bars. It's the mystic, materialistic, misfit child of the imperial empress. Ever since birds float, I've been spitting this wittiness. Should be considered a sickness. Just crazy. All his one-liners too, man. My favorites are his one-liners, man. Like the Penny line, the Penny Hardaway line.
What is it?
He said, "I tried to chase her, but she got away. Now I'm left with pennies, and I had to learn the harder way." You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, God damn, dog, you're crazy.
Dog, I think, bro, rap is probably the best form of communication.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because it mixes not only the message, but it delivers it through sound, through the music, through vibration. So you get the vibration and then you subconsciously get the message. That's why you go, like how we said earlier, you think there's people pulling strings? Yeah, because they know the power of that shit. Some people know and they're gonna manipulate it. But if there's true artists out here, they're gonna silence you. They're gonna off you off, or they're gonna not shine any light on you. Make sure you can get no spots. Make sure you can get no gigs, deals probably. But that's how it is, dog.
Bro.
But the independent game, the internet game, shit fucked it up for them. You know what I'm saying? They were able to just run everything on the magazine, on the TV back in the day. MTV, dog. Everyone was watching MTV. Even 106 in Park, you would get home and just, if it wasn't that, it was, you weren't learning about underground rappers. You didn't know about people on the streets freestyling or doing that. And there's so many people that, like, when you knowing about the hip hop community that know about albums, like, yo, you never heard about this and that, and they put me on some crazy, just underground stuff. That's, dude, like, they're talking that shit. They're woke. They've been on that. I went back to some other guy that dropped in 2012. I forgot what his name was, but he has literally a song called Pandemic. He has a song called Pandemic, and in the last line he says, "In 2020, bodies dropping, bodies stacking," so, something like that. But it's like, dog, like. And it's funny because I dug into it. I went down his rabbit hole. I was like, where's this guy from? What is he doing? When that album dropped? When this? And then I actually went to his Instagram, found a comment section in his Instagram. You can tell I was creeping. In his Instagram where he actually addresses it and talks about, I was just on my game. I was listening to speakers and quote unquote whistleblowers and people that were in that industry that just knew what's up, and people were just giving game. So it's like, damn, like, this one knew about coronavirus and SARS and all that shit being early. Like, that's 8 years. That's 9 years ago. And it's just like,
bro, but imagine knowing about this shit for that long.
But like, it doesn't look like he was affected by it or anything like that. I feel like you talk about it and you try to put it out. And if you know about it, you I guess you say you find that balance. And I feel like it's like, I feel like it's like a beast. If it comes and it defeats you, then you're going to fall into anger, into depression, into all that shit. And that's going to conquer your life. But the true real red pillers take the red pill and stick it through. You know, like back in the day, you used to party, you used to take too much drugs, and you got to focus on not dying, like for a little bit. It's the same shit with the fucking conspiracy and all that same shit. You got to focus on literally staying alive and surviving, and then moving forward from that shit. Mm-hmm. Because it gets dark and that shit gets scary and that shit gets fucking ugly. Like there's a lot of ugly shit.
It gets dark for sure, but you don't have to go down that shit, bro. But it's a process too, to get to the other side.
Like only certain people will do it too.
Yeah,
there's only certain calm.
Yeah,
and I feel like the people that have already gone through it through the early ages, that going through, like, I feel like they'll be all right. And I'm not saying other people ain't gonna be all right, like that. Don't go through all that shit. Y'all gonna be all right in your own ways, but I feel like that's why, like, there's bums and shit like that. Maybe those who know about everything and they just was like, in certain ways it defeated them. You know, whether it be a vice, whether it be in a certain relationship that just a divorce or the business loss, a death that just like spiraled them out. Like, nope, gave up, or I couldn't handle it. Pills, whatever, all that shit.
People's personal plasma resets.
Yeah, because I don't think when I see homeless people and bums, like, a lot of the homeless people now are actually taking advantage. But I remember back in the day, like, you would see them in their world, like in their own world, and it's like, are they crazy or are they like in another dimension? Are they spiritually talking? Goes back to hip hop. Kendrick, how much does a dollar cost? The whole first verse is about the bum asking for the dollar and him not giving him one. And basically, it was an angel calling and saying, how much does a dollar really cost to you?
Word?
Yeah, that's what that song means.
That's
what that song means. So it's like, that shit is deep, dog. And it's just like, from that song too, I have more sympathy and shit to like that. Because before I used to be like, nah, not this, not that, well, whatever. But if I got it.
Yeah, I would say that if you catch me on a good day, I'll give you something, And I don't care.
If I have it too, like if I have some change in my pocket, whatever. If it's fucking 18 cents, 10 cents, here, whatever I have, if I have it. Yeah. If I don't got it, then I don't got it. Simple as that. But like I said, just trying to provide other ways and shit like that too.
People out here grifting off the homeless community though.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I seen this homeless dude asking for money with the Stussy shirt on. I'm like, bro, that shit look clean as fuck too. You're not, no.
Not even that, bro. Like young people, sorry, I don't. Y'all can get a job. Y'all can do something, man. There's time for y'all.
Watch out, bro. The mental police people gonna come for you.
Yeah, but if you know,
bro, mental health is making this world more pussy though. Like, I get we all have mental issues, right? I get that we can't ignore them either, but now it's an excuse to get out of everything now. I'm not mentally right.
Yeah, it's just I feel like it's a crutch now.
Yeah,
and people, it's easy to crutch on that shit, and it's like, come on, dog. We need bullying back. For real. I hate to be like, I'm not trying to be insensitive like that, but dog, like bullying was necessary sometimes.
Yeah, when no, you triggered a thought. I forgot it though. Bullying
is necessary. Sometimes people found their lane. Like, either I seen people get bullied, and then I seen like the person that was getting bullied like actually beat the bully's ass before. But so
but then some people get bullied, bro, and they come shoot the school up or stab somebody. And you can never be upset how someone else reacts
to something. Yep.
You can never be upset. Yep. Fuck all that. Well, he overreacted. No, nope. That's subjective. Like. Say you step on my shoes, I could be a person that's like, yo, bro, like, what's up? Like, chill out, like, watch out. Or I could be someone that's like, just decks you for stepping on my shoe, right? I choose how I react to whatever the fuck happens to me. But you can't expect someone to react how you expect them to react. Yeah. And then they're like, bro, wasn't that serious? I barely tapped your shoe. Like, relax. It's like, okay, so what?
Catch someone on a bad day.
You remember when Tyler the Creator tweeted?
But like I said but then it's acceptable because that's why I like the bullying, because then that person learns a lesson.
That's true.
Check your fucking self. Not everyone's the same.
Yeah.
Learn your lesson and don't ever do that again. True. Simple as that. So the other person can learn it from defending themselves, and that person can learn it from getting smacked upside the head from some type of shit like that. Or you actually fucking up and someone getting hurt or someone like that. Then you got to realize, yo, don't ever do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? So.
Kids
it's just life, dog.
Kids is brutal though, bro.
You gotta go through shit. It's just life. You can't just stay in the bubble, dog. You can't just stay inside.
But it's I agree, but it is completely different than when we were in school, bro. Because now kids, they don't even escape school because all the friends and shit online too, or they can get bullied online. Before all we had to worry about was just being at school and like, you know, worry about that.
Facts.
But now it's like you go there, even while you're in school, you might see some shit circulating while you're in school, and then they're talking shit in school too. And then you go home and this shit's still there, and then it goes back to Tyler that goes, how the fuck you get cyberbully? Like, get off your fucking phone, like get off the internet, bro. Like, how did you let that shit happen, right? But at this, we're making the world pussy.
Yeah.
Feminism and all this shit is making the world pussy, bro. Like pussy. Everyone's sensitive. You can't say shit no more.
Yeah, man. You can't do nothing. You can't joke with people. But like you said, it's like everyone uses that as a crutch. I can react the way I want to react.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like, come on, dog. It's just, you can't be so insensitive to everything. You can't be so fucking uptight about shit like that. And the world is all just up. A lot of people just uptight, entitled. And it's just like, come on, man.
Entitled for sure.
We got to just be out here doing what we got to do, like surviving with each other. Because like I said, everyone goes back to their phone and then the activists on there, but they ain't doing nothing in real life. Oh, I'm spreading this. I'm doing that. No, you're not. You just want the views. You just want to act like you're doing something.
Griff.
No one's really doing nothing. Because where are these sits out here? I shout out to the communities that do everything, that have events, that have pop-ups, that have all these types of community gatherings and helpings, and shout out to y'all. But I don't see enough of that compared to what I see on the internet of people talking about that and people actually doing that.
Too much fake caring, bro.
So it's just like, come on, man.
That's why the other day on Twitter, I tweeted out like, what we fake caring about today. You know, like, let me know. Let me get on the train. What we fake caring about today, y'all? Because that's what it is, bro. It's all for the moment. It's just a tweet. It's just a post, and that's it. That's it, bro. And that's why I don't engage no more. And I may sound insensitive when I probably do sound insensitive when I tell people like COVID didn't faze me. Like, COVID didn't stop shit on my side at all. You know, I always was whatever about this shit.
Same thing here, man. Just had to adjust, but I was just telling my kids to not be paying attention to what their school was telling them about COVID, to what their teachers. They got teachers trying to push vaccines, trying to do all that shit. I was just
BLM
like,
shit or two now.
Yeah, that too. Like CNN for teens, all this types of bullshit. But I just tell my kids to do what they got to do there at the time, but I break it down for them later, which is a good thing. Like I said, you gotta just work on your own bubble. Well, you can have your bubble, but work on your own bubble. You can't focus on the problems of the world, all those bubbles, because your bubble's gonna disintegrate. Your bubble's gonna pop because you ain't focused on protecting your bubble. So focus on your bubble, and if everybody fucks with everybody has their bubble, everyone can unite into that type of consciousness and that elevation.
Yeah.
Fantastic Planet. Have you seen Fantastic Planet? Mm-mm. When they meditate, it's like I don't know if it's like their mating ritual. When they start meditating, they literally go into like a different dimension. They find their mate, and they literally get into a bubble, and they transcend into another dimension. Fantastic Planet is another great movie. Shows a lot of probably a lot of plasma on it because, like I said, they go to the other dimension when they time travel, when they're meditating and shit like that.
Oh fuck! Shit gets this place is. It gets deep, bro. Like, we really try to get into, you know, everything going on in this world, but it's our play. This is our playground, bro. You know, we really get to create the world we want to live in, and like, yeah, we're talking, even speaking on the bubbles. You can't worry about the outer matrix. The outer matrix, when your inner matrix still needs work done. You know, you still got to worry about, you know, in your case, you have family, you have kids, you focus on different things. My bubble is just, you know, creating my world, you know, making my life better. And I feel like when we all start focusing on our own inner matrix and our own bubble, it's gonna transcend to the outer matrix. It'll make this world a better place. Yep. But you got to worry about right here what you can control. Mm-hmm. And even with all the conspiracy stuff, bro, all the news, the propaganda, it gets to a point too where it's like, I can't control any of that. I can't teleport to a place and fix everything that's going on. So why am I going to be on my phone looking at this shit, getting upset, tweeting about it, when as soon as I turn my phone off, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't care anymore. What we doing tonight? What we turning up? What's good? Yep. And we're so blessed that we live here in America, bro, where yes, we're in a pandemic, but it was like a fake pandemic, right? Well, obviously, but it was like a fake lockdown type shit.
Yeah.
Where you didn't have to stop going outside. You didn't have to stop doing shit. It was just that you listened to the TV and the phone, and it convinced you to stay inside.
You created the pandemic.
Yes.
They literally just put it on the news.
Yes.
They didn't do not one thing. There's no guys out here talking about.
The only thing they did was close it down. That's the only thing they did.
That's all. Well, that's what I'm saying, because they put it on the news. That's it. That's just like. But like I said, people could have gone out and done their own thing. People could have still gone out. People could have just been like, nah. I'm a self business owner. I'm gonna go open my store, and a lot of people, not a lot of people, very few people did, and they're still surviving. If it wasn't for them doing that, they probably would have gone under. Like the majority of the small businesses and mom and pop shops and all that shit, that's gonna get cleaned out by big tech, big companies, and bought out plazas, and simple as that. But
we're also blessed too to where if we walk outside our door, there's no bombs going off, bro. There's no shootings happening. There's no military in the corner asking us where we're going and nothing like that. And they were putting that fear in us when the shit first started. Oh, look at the tanks coming in. Look at this coming in, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was not scared, but I was just like, what's really going on? Because this is a time that we're really getting into the conspiracy shit. So when you start seeing the conspiracy play out in real time, it's just like, yo, what the fuck going on? I never thought I'd be living through a conspiracy. You know, I lived through 9/11, but I was young, and nothing. You can say we lost a lot of our rights and stuff like that, but nothing in the greater scheme of things changed for me personally, right? It's not like my world changed after that event happened. My family's life didn't change after that happened. Maybe, the economy was affected, and maybe looking back, they were affecting my parents, and I didn't have no idea, but this is like we're seeing it play out, and I'm just blessed, bro, that no one in my family got affected by Rona. Like my parents, no one in my family has caught it. Yeah. No, we didn't lose none of us lost our jobs, whether it be my siblings, myself, my mom and pops. It's been a blessing. That's why I like when I talk to people about it, I'm like, I sound insensitive, but this shit really didn't affect me and mine. Like I'm sorry, because to some people it did. Not even just death, right? Loss of job. Or the business went down, or they had to figure shit out again, or even down to just mental shit, mental warfare. Where, bro, I had my boss at work that was scared, that was so paranoid that he was gonna get his son, take something back to his kid, and it's like that to me is more sad that the news is convincing you that is brainwashing you this way than the actual pandemic. Like this shit was crazy, bro. It's just crazy, but it was needed. Yeah,
it was needed because it shows who. It shows who really about it, honestly.
Bro, it really separated people. But also, I love everyone, bro. And I say that, what I mean by that is that if we don't agree on certain things, if we see things completely different, I do not care.
That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's not meant for you to look at it a certain way. And I'm not right either. None of us are right. But my gut is telling me something, and I'm going to go with what my gut's telling me. If your gut's telling you something, do that way. And we can all need to coexist together and just start loving each other, bro. And it's so cliche to say that shit, but I don't care no more. Even when people tell me they're vaccinated, I just ask them, how you feeling? Oh, I'm good. I was kind of out. I'm about how you feeling now? Everything's solid. Oh, yeah, everything. I'm back to normal. Cool. Nice. Old me, like a few months ago, I would have been like, you dumb. Like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. Come on. Like, you trying to get sick.
Yeah. No, it's like, whatever, man. I don't even want to bring the topic up because I don't even want to give it life. Like I said, you do your thing. That's your private life. That's another thing, too. Private life need to come back. Private life need to be a private life.
But wait, hold on. Because growing up, they used to always tell us when we were younger, like, there's things you never talk about, and that's religion and politics. And now I know why.
Yes.
Now I know why.
Yes. Now I know why too. Never again. Never, dog. Never I want to get into that. Or religion. Never that shit.
Ever, bro. Every time I'm out and about somewhere, like, I can get into my spiritual bag, I can get into my whatever bag, but now I don't. I'm like, I peep the room. Are y'all talking about this? Oh, cool. I'll talk about this with y'all. Y'all talking about movies? Cool. I'll tap in with this. Y'all talking about sports? I don't got too much knowledge in that, but I'll tap in with the mainstream shit that's happening. I know they're throwing shit at the basketball players right now and all that. So I know it's a thing. I'm like, but if I hear someone talk about spirituality shit, then I can tap into that too. And I love that I can tap into all the different little worlds, bro. Because I would not want to live in conspiracy world my whole life either. I do not want to live in spiritual world my whole life either. That's fun and all too, but I enjoy the normies as well. And I say that with so much love. And the homeboy was saying, or I don't like using that word normies. It kind of sounds like you know we're making them seem less than. It's like nah, they're just the regular folks that don't. And honestly, bro, what if they're
some people are okay with being regular folks. People,
but what if they're more happier? Being naive to the shit going on in this world, bro, I feel like you're more happier. I was more happier before I knew what I knew. Now, I'm happy again now because I know how to differentiate it now. I'm not attached to it no more. I can be like, you know what, that's fake, and if it's not, then I don't know, cool. I'm not invested no more into whether shit's fake or real. So I don't give a fuck no more, you know? Yeah. As long as I'm experiencing it, and if I see it with my own two eyes and I go through it, then it's real to me. That's all I care about. But if I see it through my phone or through a screen, I question everything that I see through there. So, it's interesting, bro. But I think it was needed. All this was needed to separate the people too, to kind of separate the different crowds of people too. But is that a bad thing that we're getting more separated?
In a way,
or you think we're uniting?
That's what I'm saying. In a way, it is because I do feel like people did, come apart, but. That's how life has been, honestly. I haven't been here long. 28, 20, I don't know, 29 years, 28 years. Gonna be 29. But I've noticed that relationships and situations and jobs and people, all that shit comes and goes. Everything comes and goes.
Timing.
And if you're doing
things come
what you need to do, you find the right people. You start finding that attraction towards people, and it just naturally happens. Like you're not living in that world of chaos because you found people that are tapped into the same thing or are helping in the same ways or in different ways, but all together in unison, basically.
Yeah.
And you just kind of forget about that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're locked in the studio making music with artists, this and that, then you're getting work done. You know what I'm saying? If you're out doing your job, doing your regular 9 to 5, coming home, doing your family, then you're doing your job. If you're out being an activist, serving for the community, you're doing your job. Wherever you're a police officer, you're out, whatever, you're doing your job.
Yeah, and while we're all doing our jobs, they're passing all these laws, they're passing all this shit. They're creating the world that they want to create without any interference, bro. And we're just complying. And that's why I'm conflicted between not caring and caring.
Yeah, I feel it.
Because if I didn't care, bro, I still wouldn't know politics is corrupt. If I didn't care, I still wouldn't see the agendas. If I didn't care.
Yeah.
But if I do care, I'm always gonna be mad. I'm always gonna be upset that nothing's changing. I'm always gonna be trying to fight for a cause that I think is not supposed to change. I think we're supposed to let the system ride out and let it destroy itself. I don't think there's much we can do. Now, don't get me wrong. If you guys can get 5 million people to get on the same page and not pay their taxes, count me in. Count me in.
Bet.
Hit me up then. Yep. But when it's just 100 of y'all, 200 of y'all, I feel it, but we ain't gonna do too much with that. Not even 5 million, really. We have how many people are in this world? Like billions and shit. There's like 300 and something million Americans. So let's say we got 100 million people on the same page. Count me in. Hit me up. I'm there. I'm down. Well, I'll spread the word. We have a kind of a chance now. But if it's just a 1,000 of us, 200,000. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But we only win by numbers too, though. Like a perfect example of this is like, you haven't tapped into tinfoil. Did you hear the Dr. Shiva episode about the case he has?
Mm-mm.
He has an open case against big tech and everything like that, and basically
he won though, no?
Yeah. So he's basically in trial for like exposing that they have like a backdoor, like Twitter and them have a backdoor with the government on censoring people and shutting them off, and they basically have a list. And if you're on that list, you're gonna get blocked out. You're gonna get censored. You're gonna get everything that comes along with that shit because you're quote unquote violating their rights or whatever. But it's basically talking about the First Amendment. Like he's trying to save the First Amendment because he feels like that's what's getting taken away.
For freedom of speech.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't know this, but I guess freedom of speech, how it's written in the Constitution or wherever it's written. Like the most protected freedom of speech is this is when you talk about your government, is able to critique your government, if that makes sense. Like that's what the law is meant for. Like your speech that you can say whatever you want,
right,
do whatever you want, was to be able to do that to your politicians, to your government, to all that shit. And that's what happened this year with all the bullshit and everything that's going on. But that's exactly what they censored. You know what I'm saying? And everyone just thought it was all right because they got fact checkers or they got a fact check link on there, and now it's like people ain't even really doing their dirt no more, and they can just digital book burning. You know, the new era of book burning, just silencing all the whistleblowers, silencing everybody that speaks against the narrative.
But then I would counter argue that though with
hold on. I'm just trying to go back to the point of people uniting. Like that supposedly he has a big case, and if enough people got on board to support him, he said like no lawyers would take his case, and he thought he's gonna win. He said he had to study the law himself, and he represents himself. But he said he needs like obviously funds and all that shit, support. So it's like, when do people, like, that's a big thing, you know what I'm saying? So like when are people gonna start doing that shit?
It's not a big thing though. It's not a big thing, bro. You know why?
Not that big?
You know why? You know why?
So what would be big?
No, you know why it's not big though? Because it ain't your platform. You're going into someone else's house talking the shit that they don't want you talking about. Twitter, we don't own Twitter, bro. We don't own Facebook. None of this shit. If these people do not want us to talk about this shit, you have every right to cancel us, bro, and censor us. My freedom of speech, I can go outside my house and say what I want to say. I can go to the cops and say what I want to say. I could do that, and they can't really do shit about that. But when you go into someone else's house talking that shit, nah, bro, you out of here. We don't want you here.
I agree.
So
I didn't see it like that.
So then, so that's why I look at it like that, where it's like, these ain't our platforms. Like, they can have every right to take us down, bro. That's why you got. But it's sad that these platforms are the biggest platforms. This is where everyone's at. This is where you're gonna reach people at. So that's why I love the Hotep Jesus approach, where you know what you know, but shut up. Don't say vaccine on your channel. Don't say certain words on your channel that's gonna get you striked, because we are grifting and we want to make some money. That's the way I look at it. So you have to learn how to say it between the lines and shit like that, bro. So that's why I love the approach that Hotep and them take, because I saw the way he did it, and it's like, he knows everything I know, but he don't even talk about it. Like, he really, like, even when certain people try to bring it up, he goes, hey, we ain't talk about that on my channel. Like, I ain't gonna, because he knows that you're not supposed to say this shit on this channel, on these platforms. So that's why he's not gonna get backing. And the fact that you're going on tinfoil hat to ask for funds is because you're probably trying to grift off people and make some money, and you probably that case is probably not even gonna go anywhere.
Probably be passed on.
But that's the way I look at this shit. But when it comes to uniting, bro, I think, bro, if we didn't unite over pedophilia, what the fuck are we gonna unite over? No one, bro. We're not even uniting over the fact that kids is getting molested and shit like that, bro. That priests is doing what they're doing. If we can't unite over that shit, I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. It sounds, and I don't even say that. I don't even say that with like in a damn, you have no hope like that. Why you being so negative? It's not even about being negative. I'm being realistic. That shit happened. That Save the Children march was, what the fuck happened after that? Why only happened once?
Yep. Because it goes back to everything probably fake, dog. Probably just an agenda to take you loose at the time. At the end of the day, what happens if that shit's not even real?
Yeah.
Like how you said, it doesn't happen in our reality. It only happens on our phone.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, but we're on our phones.
And it creates the reality.
Yep.
We create the reality based off the phones.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, like how you said, you want the freedom of speech, all that other shit, then turn everything off and just do everything by hand. Yeah. Go back to the business cards, go back to, person-to-person meetings on all that type of shit, then do it.
But that ain't the way no more, though.
That's what I'm saying. You
don't got an IG promoting your business, do you really have a business?
Yo, well, you have some type of, exactly.
Dog, if you're not on Yelp, if you're not on IG, do you really have a business? Hey, you gotta put my results on the Yelp page.
Oh yeah, I got to. Yeah, I need to do all that.
Because when people look up vegan, you'll pop up, and if you have that late night shit, so pull up.
Coming soon, late night taco sessions.
Man, but yeah, bro. I'm not mad at the world anymore. I don't walk around upset no more. I don't walk around like, oh my gosh, it's fucked up. I know it's fucked up, but am I going to walk around always saying it's fucked up? No, because I'm going to create that reality in my reality, and I don't want to create that reality in my reality. So now I'm creating my world, and I'm just creating this podcasting world that I would see myself in, and then my regular Chris life that I don't share with everyone, you know?
Yeah.
You have to know how to differentiate your internet self, your internet avatar with your physical avatar. And you gotta stop incriminating your fucking avatar too. I don't want to be incriminating the avatar, bro. That should be getting me hot.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like posting shit like all the drugs on their page, or posting guns, or posting just like thefts and crimes. It's like, bro, stop incriminating your fucking avatar, like your person, your this body that you're in, you know? Like, fuck, man. It's just crazy, man. So you gotta keep that 47 energy all day, every day.
That's why I go back to the 47. Find that balance, fam.
Find that balance in your life, bro. Stop walking around angry. Stop walking around sad. You know, everything's about perspective. Perspective really is the key to happiness. How you look at something really affects your mood. Because something so bad can happen in your life, bro, but you can look at it like, you know what, this shit taught me a lesson. You know, you getting cheated on by your girl can either destroy you, or it can also teach you like how to prepare for the next time you go. You know, that happens to you, or you get in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Everything's supposed to perspective, bro. Really, perspective is really the key, and it's hard sometimes to always have a positive perspective on things because we are humans and we let our emotions get the best of us sometimes.
I was gonna say control the emotions,
and that's the only thing you can't control. That's the only thing we have control over, bro. Ultimately, you can't even control your kids' emotions.
Nope, hell no. I can't control no one's.
You can help. You know,
I can't even control what they do, what they this, what they that. And we're let alone their emotions. Their emotions, they're always going to feel. But even what they do, they're going to do what they're going to do. Just simple as that. You can stomp the foot. You could do the chancla. Dog. Kids are going to be kids. They're going to do what they're going to do. People are going to be who they are. Simple as that. You got to just let them live and just adjust. Learn how to, like I said, survive with people. People don't even interact, you know, on a day-to-day basis with. Not even hand gestures like greeting people when they walk by, nothing like this, you know. That whole pandemic fucked all that shit up. People are like shimming by each other, you know, and it's like, it's sad now. But like he said, control your own bubble, control your own thoughts. All you could do.
All you can do, bro. All you can do. And I think that's the key, though. I think the key too is to not, that we don't know anything, and it's okay to not know anything. And we'll never figure this shit out. You'll never have the answers. You can try to figure it out as much as you want, but you will never have the answers. People to this day are still trying to figure out what happens after we die. You could say DMT, but you're still not dead. You're still coming like that. It could be a glimpse of what death feels like, but you're not dead. You don't know what happens still, you know. And I hate people that say that shit like, "Oh, do DMT." Like when you talk about certain spiritual stuff, and it's like, bro. That's just a certain level of like a psychedelic trip. It's not, you're not dying. You don't know. Like, you're not.
Didn't that guy on Vice do that shit? Like, he didn't die.
Yeah.
Remember he did all those drugs?
Yeah. The ayahuasca and all that shit.
Yeah.
And people be purging and shit and all that stuff. But and I feel it. You know, I subscribe to a lot of psychedelic practices too. And I think, you know, shrooms can heal people, and ayahuasca can heal people, and DMT can heal people, and acid can heal people. But at the end of the day, you don't need crutches either. You know, you really don't need crutches, bro. And everyone meditates differently. You don't have to just sit still and meditate. You know, there's not just one way of meditating. And we gotta stop letting people, because even when we start getting into this conspiracy stuff, right, or into the spiritual stuff, I also was starting, like, I would start agreeing with a lot of ways, like that Gary, like the shit that Gary would say, I would agree with a lot of it. And like certain people, I would have started just agreeing a lot with what they're saying, and then eventually with a certain amount of time of following them, I start seeing the holes in their you know, what they're preaching. And it gets to the point where just like, okay, let me just take, all you guys are spitting, like y'all spitting bars, but let me just take what I want to take from it and apply it to my life, because you can't tell me how to do something when it's not, because I can probably do that in a different way, and it's going to be my way, and it's going to work for me, and it might not work for you. If meditation works for you, sitting down and being still and quiet, then cool. My meditation can be going on a walk, walking my dogs. You know, yours can be doing beats. You know, mine could be potting. You know, everyone's ways of meditating is different, bro. And I think we gotta just stop trying to tell people how to do this shit, because everyone's spiritual journey is different, and everyone's journey back to the Creator is different. And I'll meet you there, bro. Yep. I'm gonna take this way. We'll see who gets there first. And no rush either, no race. Just I'll see you later, dog. I'm gonna handle this spiritual journey.
Yep.
And it's hard, and I think I speak more like this because I don't have people to live for, and you do have kids. You have people that you can't be as selfish, I feel like, or no?
No, yeah, to a certain degree, but
like, how you feel about the whole kids being a psyop thing?
Kids being a psyop? Oh, geez, there was good points in that. Honestly, that's where we've been groomed from the very beginning, dog. Man, women, this, but at the same time, I was just like, humanity continue? I saw it as like the only way I'm breaking the matrix and I'm affecting it is not by being mad or being on Twitter or being on Instagram, is focusing on the people that I can have an influence over, like a real influence over, because I don't have control. I didn't say control.
Yep.
Influence.
Bars.
Influence over it. That's it. So it's like, if you influence that way, like however you do it that way. But I found, and a lot of parents find it that way too, because when they have kids, they kind of get it, they kind of kick it into gear, if that makes sense. You know, once they have that first kid or they know the kid's coming, they're like, oh snap, okay, time to get it going. And it helps a lot of people, and a lot of people do become better individuals themselves, learning how to care for something else, because that's the only thing sometimes people have. Sometimes they could have lost someone or been the only child or been this or that, and they got that. So it's just like, if we could have a positive influence on all that, we can make a good change with kids, even if it is a psyop. Fuck it. Make the best out of the psyop.
Shit, I need my little psyops. Because that goes back to that. Like, I wanna spark some, implant some seeds into people that I have, that can have influence from just a young age,
Yeah, and then also, not to cut you off, but also to leave like all this movement that we got going, doing the positive work, doing great things for humanity. Like if it just stops with us after our bloodline, and it just stops with us, we at least have a hope with the other kids. Oh, I kind of knew my dad taught me. He told me to work this or do that or whatever. Or my mom taught me to be tough, or she taught me how to take care of myself. Whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. Maybe it trickles down, like I said, and it keeps going. It keeps growing. Like I said, little seeds. That's what they are.
And I think also your actions,
little seeds, family trees. Trees need to be on the earth for us to be living. Because plants, so we constantly need the trees. We constantly need the little seeds coming.
Yeah.
But some people could be without the seeds. It's all cool. Yeah.
Everyone's journey is different, bro. I think everyone's here meant to come here and do something different, bro. And sometimes kids are blessings to change someone's life for the better. It just. So many ways to look at it, bro. It's really perspective, There's so many ways to look at something that everything really is an illusion, because there's so many ways to look at it. Nothing's one-sided. No. Nothing is one-sided,
and everyone has a different story. Everyone has different circumstances. Everyone has different, things that they went through, and it's just like
everyone has different eyes that they're rendering what they're seeing differently.
Or everyone registers shit a different way too. Yeah. There could be 10 people in the same room, same thing going on, but 10 people registered it a whole different way. Mm-hmm. So it's just like everyone just has, like I said, do you. Be your only bubble. Do the best of it. That's it.
Hey. Nasty. Nah, talking to my dog. But man, we about to get out of here, bro. Damn, 47 mark too. Wow. An hour 47 mark. Wow, I didn't even know. I just looked up. But yeah, bro, appreciate you for stopping by. If you guys are listening and you guys are interested in hearing more about Capital Steez, go on YouTube. Just type in Capital Steez interview. Or go on Apple Music, type in Capital Steez. You will find a newer album. If you want to find the older mixtapes, you will have to just either SoundCloud them, or you can download the mixtape link. And if you guys are really into like the occult and spirituality and rap, then I would really recommend you guys to go tap back into this, and also go check out Absol Control System. Go listen to Section 80, Overly Dedicated, Act 1. Go listen, just type in J Electronica interviews and videos, and listen to written testimony. Listen to there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of rappers out here that are really speaking some occult stuff, and they're just smart, and they're doing it in a witty way, and they're never really just gonna say it out front. I think Steez was one of the few rare ones that really just spoke about like 47 elements and free the robots, and it was just so blunt. Like, this is what the song's about, and the message is there. You don't really have to dissect it, but if you know. So I would really recommend you guys to tap back in. And tap in with that 47 energy too. Find that balance in your life. Listen to your heart chakra and your crown chakra, and align with them, man. Day one. Any last words?
No, man. It was a pleasure being here. It was dope, dog.
Am
I the first in guest too? In-house guest? Oh, they've been here before?
Nah, you're the second one.
Oh, all right. Damn, I thought it was the first. I thought everyone was Skype.
No, you're third.
All right.
Dennis is always here, but Dennis was the first one. But then the only one that pulled up on me in respect was Ricardo Rich. Ricardo Rich
nice.
pulled up on me. Yeah, he's living in Lake Elsinore, so he definitely pulled up on me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it was dope being here. It was a good talk.
Yes, sirski. Yeah. So shout out to everyone. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Follow. I will have the Madi Soul's account tagged in the bottom. I'll have his IG and all that stuff attached at the bottom. So if you guys are curious and want to see some vegan food, and you guys have never been curious about vegan food, tap in with him. So yeah, we out of here. 47 shit. Chris X Matt. Conspiracy. Youre.
Okay. Grab your folders in your bags, it's the end of class. Good looking Chris X Matt. We'll be sure to make it back for the next session that you're hosting. See you bright and early next showing. Grab your folders in your bags, it's the end of class. Good looking Chris X Matt. We'll be sure to make it back for the next session that you're hosting. See you bright and early next showing.